welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Well, it's springtime, although it's been kind of dicey lately on the weather. A lot of rain the other day on Thursday. We were off island. I went to a wine tasting off island, check out some wines over there, and we say off island because we live on an island. We have to take a ferry to the mainland, we call it, or America, as a lot of us call it. And, it's about an hour boat ride if you get it straight through, and then we're where we can access everywhere. So oftentimes I have to go off island to go to other wine events. But with spring coming, summer coming, next couple episodes, I'd just like to focus on, wines for the spring and summer. And we have a couple of white Italian wines. Not only white Italian wines, but perhaps wines that you have not tried before. And I love that. I love getting folks to try new wines. We have a Grillo, and a Pecorino. How many of you have tried those wines? Well, we're going to try them right now and see what they're like. This is Poggio Anima, or Anima. I'm not sure exactly how they say it. This is the Grillo. It is from Terra de Siciliani, so it's from Sicily. It's called Uriel, and it's a 2015, all done in Roman numerals. What you may like about this wine is it is a low alcohol wine. I just looked up the alcohol, 13%. So a little bit lower. A lot of folks like that. I've been getting that a lot lately. Grillo, believe it or not, I've only found a couple that I really like, so I'm curious to try this one. It was one of the grapes used in Marsala, and perhaps you have had Marsala before. A lot of you use Marsala for cooking, of course, but it used to be kind of the in wine to drink on ice. So Grillo was one of the grapes they used in that. Also Catarratto kind of took over because it's a larger producing wine. It produces more grapes. So a lot of the grape growers said, hey, we're going to use Catarratto instead of Grillo for Marsala. So it kind of disappeared. It almost kind of totally disappeared, but then has been brought back as winemakers realize the value of this grape. This is imported by Vine Street Imports. He likes to use like really crazy labels. This one has to do with Uriel, who is he calls him an archangel, but it's just a matter of interpretation. But anyway, $15. He likes to use both demonic and angelic creatures on his label, which is kind of interesting. The yin and the yang, as he likes to say. Anyway, I'm going to make an adjustment on the lighting real quick. So hold on. It seems a little dark to me. I love my house, but you know what? Tough on the lighting side. Really is. Okay, so this is rolls in at $15. Now it's an average retail price I got off of Wine Searcher. I received these wines, did not receive any pricing on them. I have no idea where to get them. They were just sent to me in the mail by Vine Street Imports. I appreciate that very much. And I promised them I would review these wines, so I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully I can get my hands on some in the future. So Grillo used to be part of a blending grape for Marsala. Now a lot of them are using it as a single varietal wine. So let's see what we get on the nose. So automatically I get a little bit of nuttiness, like a bowl of mixed nuts kind of ground up a little bit. Getting a little interesting like dried herb component, maybe rosemary or tarragon. A little bit of lemon coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. Light on its feet, but I like it. Very refreshing. Nice and clean. I like the cleanness. In fact, I get a little bit of stainless steel component coming through. It reminds me a little bit of lemon curd, the flavor profile, without being heavy like a lemon curd would be. So sort of, you skim all the fat off, and here you got just a lemon left over with a little of that curd factor coming through. Get a little bit of minerality, like a little bit of wet stone component coming through. Mostly lemon though, that's the main character of this one. And wet stone, a little bit of, and the very back end I get a little bit of a touch of like an orange citrus component coming through, along with the lemon curdish sort of thing. This is like a, well, as my friends would say, a pee-pee wine, a porch pounder. You could really enjoy this just sitting on the back deck on a warm day, warm spring day, and just drinking it down. It's 13% alcohol. It's easy to drink, not super complex. Yeah, that wet rock, like somebody drizzled lemon and orange juice on a wet stone and you licked it. I mean, that's kind of the sense I'm getting, but very clean, very bright, very fresh, good acidity, but balanced, well integrated with those qualities, with those, with the minerality and the fruit. Nicely done, very fresh, very clean. I could see having this, you know what, this would be really good, clam, you know, having a bowl of clams and eating this down and, you know, washing them down with this Grillo. I could see it with oysters, of course. It goes without saying. This would be a nice salad wine as well, because the acid isn't so high, it would contradict. I think it's a really nice, simple but very delicious white wine. I'm gonna go straight up B- for $15. I think it's worth trying. If you've never tried a Grillo and you can get your hands on this Poggio Anima or Anima, I'm not sure. Get your hands on it. I think you'll really enjoy it. You'll probably get it less on Wine Searcher. They had some of them around $13. I think it's a good play for that money. I like it. It's well built, well integrated, good acidity, but you know, very clean and delicious. Let's move on. This is the Poggio Anima or Anima. I'm going to say Anima. So Anima sounds anemic. So Anima. This is a Gabriele Pecorino Terre di Chieti IGT, or it's Abruzzo is where it's actually grown. Gabriel, of course, is a famous angel in biblical terms. This is 2014. It is a 12.5 alcohol content, which is, I find, quite interesting. $14 average price on Wine Searcher. Kind of cool labels. Now, Vine Street has total control over these wines, very similar to Kermit Lynch or, Jorge Ordonez, who also imports out of Spain. Kermit Lynch, mostly France, but he does some Italian wines. So these importers kind of have a hands-on approach. This has a very well-known Italian winemaker that assists them in making these wines. So they have total control over how these wines come out, and then they import them into the United States. So it's an interesting way to go about it. There's quite a few that do that, and they did a good job on the Grillo. So let's try the Pecorino. Pecora is the Greek, or the Italian word for sheep, so this has to do with sheep herding. Pecorino. There's also a very good cheese that's called Pecorino. You've probably had it before. Love that cheese a lot. Let's see what we get on the nose. Almost done. Well, I get a little bit of melon. This too has a kind of a nutty component coming through. I get a little bit of dusty rock. There's almost a licorice component coming through that I find kind of interesting, kind of a licorice element that I like. There's a sweet kind of orange thing coming through. You know, like you just opened up a very sweet orange, navel orange, and you smelled it. I get a little bit of that. with that whetstone. Let's see what we get on the palate. Kind of excited about this one. Very clean like the first one. Fairly complex. I mean, I'm getting a lot of stuff here. I'm getting a little bit of dried herbs. I'm getting melon flavors coming through. I'm getting a little bit of lemon. I'm getting a little bit of orange. I'm getting there's a lot of flavors coming through on this one. Hard to really nail specific ones, but I do get that lemon, orange, melon thing coming through. With those dried herbs kind of all blended in, what is tarragon, rosemary, basil, not so much basil. Tarragon and rosemary would be the first things that come to mind. But interesting, it borderlines bitter, but it doesn't go there. You just like, oh, it's going to go bitter, and it doesn't. And the citrus components really linger on the back end. I mean, it's like I bit into a lemon and an orange, and maybe a little bit of, not so much lime, mostly lemon and orange. We'll stick with that. Very, very clean finish. Once again, this would be a great wine with shellfish, mussels, clams, oysters, any of those things. Another good salad wine, another PP wine or porch pounder. And yeah, and it almost like I bit into a Granny Smith apple, lemon, orange. Granny Smith, lemon, orange. Granny Smith, it's all together. A little bit of whetstone, good acidity. Once again, very well integrated into the wine. $14. I saw this. Actually, some of these guys on Wine Searcher were going way down. So very curious what I could get this wine for. I will do some more research on that. But good wine. This one actually needs food more than that one, believe it or not. Take an edge off of that. What almost is bitter is a good quality in a white wine for food. Definitely have this with food. It's a PP wine porch pounder. I would love it as a porch pounder. Some of you might need a little bit of food. This would be good with almost like a salty cheese would be really good with this one. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to go straight up B on this one. I like it a lot. I like them both, actually. Nice job. You keep watching. Oh, before I finish up, make a comment if you're liking the way I'm going. You like the shorter videos? I hope so. Hit the bell down below. There's a little bell next to subscribe. Subscribe, then hit the bell, and it'll tell you when one of my videos is coming out. I'm on Twitter as @StanTheWineMan, so if you want to hook up with me there, that would be great. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.